Hi everyone, welcome back to A Sky Full of Stars, Divergence Route B, Episode 4, and I'm pretty sure this is the last episode in this part of the story. So in Episode 3, we learn about Korona, and despite her looking clueless, stupid, she gets good grades, is an A student, and is looking for her next school. And even though she wants to go to Akito's Hoshidaiichi, the old teacher, Miharu's like, well, with those grades, you should aim higher. And that leaves Korona with only two options. So number one, the Meikou Academy with Honoka and Orihime. And number two, the Seisen Girls Academy with Saya. And because Korona doesn't really get along with Saya, that leaves her with just the Meikou Academy. And she wants Akito to help her or accompany her when she visits the school. So let's see how that goes. And also, I wonder what Hikari and Saya want from Akito. And I'm pretty sure this is Hikari's last day of being here before she moves with her father overseas. So a few days later, Hikari felt left and disappeared. And there wasn't even a teary farewell, it wasn't all that important. So for some reason, during the last stargaze, Hikari wanted Akito to be in the middle, and I wonder if there's more to that than just staying warm. So it looked like Saya was just trying to accept the fact. It's like, well, it's kind of sad that she's going away again. Saya said to nobody in particular as she was tending to Kotaro. So are you sad? So she kind of is sad. And we just got back together again not too long ago. So Saya had always been with Hikari as if she was trying to make up for the lost time. It wouldn't be wrong to say that she joined the Six Stars Club because Hikari was there. So what are you going to do then? I asked without bringing up the subject. So after the first light for the Pleiades 1, my feelings had changed. At first, I had been planning on quitting both Astronomy and the Six Stars Club, but now I wasn't sure. But for Saya, so will she stay in the club after Hikari leaves? So what's wrong? Well, I don't really know. I see. I replied quietly like I didn't really hear her. Well, maybe I was even a little scared of what she might say. So in the end, did you show Hikari your room? Nope. So she never saw it. In the end, Hikari didn't visit my new place. So she had been trying really hard for some reason, but I hadn't let her up. And it's kind of sad because Hikari wanted to see what your new place is like. Well, I guess I wasn't I was just worried she was going to mess it up or something. So, well, based on Hikari's attitude and actions, I don't feel comfortable letting her in, and And I think Hikari might go and look for something secret in my room. Well, I knew it was just an excuse.
光はそんなことしないよ。
Well, come on. Well, I'm sure Hikari is much better than that. So she isn't that rowdy person that she was in the past. Well, I wanted to say that she would do that, but I couldn't bring myself to say that to Saya's face. So what about you, Saya? So do you want to see my room then?
いい。光を差し置いて、そんなことできないよ。
Well, then again, if Hikari didn't see it, then it's kind of unfair if I see it, so I'm gonna have to say no for that. And if she does come back, maybe you can show us. So, both Hikari and Saya. Well, I see. So it's not like I don't know how you feel, but I don't think you need to read too much into that. Hikari would probably have laughed it off if she knew that Saya was worried about it. So aren't you cold outside?
コタちゃんぬくぬくだもん。
Well, I'm okay because I have Kotaro here. Yep. Saya was warming up by Kotaro, but surely that could only do so much. Well, I gotta go to work now.
頑張ってね。私も適当なところで帰るから。
So in the end, Saya didn't even want to see my room. So what's happening right now? So winter vacation had come to an end, and the third term was officially underway. And Korona had asked me to see if Orihime would be willing to give her a tour of the Meikou Academy. And Orihime, of course, said she would. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure Orihime would accept it no matter what. So since I was the one who set it up, I had come with Korona to the school. Uh-oh. So Korona's worried, like, I wonder if it's possible. So I'm sure that it costs a lot of money to go to this school. Well, that was the first thing she had to say. Well, tuition is a big factor to consider when attending schools. I was pretty sure this wasn't her first time seeing the school. Well, the family came pretty well off to me. Well, relatively speaking to Akito. So Akito's pretty much at the bottom end. Well, then again, he had a pretty bad or a hard life starting from a little toddler.
お金持ちってわけじゃないわ。娘にジャブジャブ使えるほどはないと思う。
It's like, well, it isn't that bad, but I'm sure paying lots of money to go to this school is a problem for my parents. So the school building looming in front of us did give the impression that it had cost quite a bit of money.
お母さんとお父さん、気にしてないと思う。
Well, I don't think they would have told you to go here if they couldn't afford it. If it's something that they want, then you shouldn't worry about it. That's true. And there are always scholarships. If you're really worried about money, you could try to apply for one of those.
なるほど。優秀ならお金もなんとかなるんだね。
Well, it's like, well, for Korona, you're smart, so you might be able to win some scholarships. But I'm pretty sure in most cases it would be like grants like financial need assistance that could help Korona and the family.
コロナ勉強得意だし頑張るぞ。
Well, either way, I can do okay. So she sure sounded confident about herself. Well, maybe Korona was a better student than I had imagined her to be. Okay, so how's it on the inside? And it looks quite classy. Well, expected of a pretty elite school. So as we enter the building, Korona's exclamations of wonder grew.
あきに何ここすごい。
So we were standing in the atrium made of glass that really made it clear that this is a private school. Well, then again, I'm sure some public schools have this as well. And that is if the school district is willing to pay that much money to have a really nice building. But then again, I'm pretty sure other parents will get upset because they're wasting money on unnecessary things. Well, I understand how you feel, but you should try and keep your voice down, Jacob. Don't get too excited that you start shouting at everyone. So Korona attempted to match her composed mood of those around us by adopting a more refined attitude. Well, yeah, well, if you shout, then it really makes you stick out from all these polite, proper, prim students. She tried to walk more gracefully, but she just ended up looking more awkward than ever. Well, it's a... Come on. So you're trying too hard. Just relax a little bit.
でも来年コロナが入るかもしれないから今のうちからやっておかないと。
But I got to learn how to immerse in this environment. She was treating this as a rehearsal, huh? Well, I set this up as a casual tour, but Korona seemed to be taking this visit very seriously indeed. She soon decided that she couldn't mimic everyone's graceful walking in style in such a short period of time and started walking as silently as she could.
それよりあきにコロナたち今どこに向かってる？
So, by the way, so where are we heading? Or what do you want to show me here? Korona was now speaking softly to match her silent footsteps. I smiled all the way she was acting as I answered her question. Well, I was taking you to the astronomy club to find Orihime first. She should be the one who's going to take you or show you around.
了解。
Okay. Korona would be more at ease if Orihime was with us. I stole a sidelong glance at Korona. She looked, overawed by the grandeur that was the Meikou Academy. I had a pretty good feeling about this trip, though. Okay, so here's the astronomy club. And if you remember, in the beginning when Akito went to this place, he got a pretty surprising visit. So let's see how it is this time. A nameplate hung on the door. Excuse us?
失礼します。中真っ暗だよ。
Uh-oh. Hey, watch your step. Here, so give me your hand. Korona was clearly uneasy at the thought of entering a dark room. I wonder if it's going to happen again, like before. And this way, okay, so it was my second time, though, so I know what to expect. I was actually surprised that they were doing this again.
そろそろ来る頃だと思っていました。
There you go. It's like, we've been expecting you.
プレアデス7姉妹の長子マイヤ、そして末の妹メローペ。
A simple lamp, or like a single lamp lit up. And the only thing visible in the gloom was a dark silhouette. And the figure was wearing a hood. I couldn't make out the face, but I was sure it would be the same as the first time I'd been here.
星の巡り合わせが我々をつないでくれました。ことほぎましょう、出会いを。プレアデスの姉妹に祝福を。
Okay?
なんだか難しそうなこと言ってるけど、なんだろう、ワクワクするね。北の星来たるとき、うつら星一同に返す。そして黄金の時は始まりを迎えるのです。ご覧なさい、運命の車輪を。運命の車輪っていうか、暗すぎて見たくても見えないよ。
The figure was holding up a card, but it was too dark to see anything more than the shape. And there were fewer lamps than last time, making the room darker.
もう明かりつけるね。出ないと顔も見えないもん。
Okay, so I'll turn on the lights. How's that? Let's see what happens next.
待ってください。
And the shriek was too late. Light flooded the room, obliterating the darkness.
あれ？ほのほの？
Hello? Wait, so Honohono's here? So instead of Orihime, like it was in the beginning, it was Honoka. And it was kind of like Orihime, or it looked like Orihime before Korona turned on the lights.
ようこそ、お二人とも。明光学院天文部部長、吉岡ほのかが歓迎いたします。
Okay. Okay, so Orihime is here. So she had apparently been watching the entire thing play out from the corner of the room. So I wonder how was Honoka's act?
吉岡、どうして辞めてしまったの？
Oh, come on. So, that was not it.
私にはこんなの無理です。明光学院天文部の伝統なのに。
Well, I feel like it's more Orihime made it up, and she wants Honoka to continue it. That's what it kind of feels like.
今のが伝統なの？
Wait, so is that a tradition? Really? True?
会長が勝手に決めた伝統です。
Well, okay, so it is Orihime's tradition, and she wants other people to continue it. Well, that makes sense. I found it hard to believe that this had been going on for a long time.
タロットカードもまだ本領発揮していませんのに。
Okay?
もう普通にしましょう。そもそもお二人とは顔見知りなのですから。
But it's a good place to practice, I guess. It looked like Honoka was only doing it because Orihime had forced her into it. Well, she'd gone with it for a while, but it looked like this was as much as she could take.
もういいわ。じゃあ吉岡、続きをお願い。
So I do remember when Orihime was doing it in the beginning, the only thing that happened was that it scared Akito. It's like, well, I guess I'll just quit. I'll go somewhere else. And Orihime had to use secondary measures to keep Akito in. So Honoka slammed the door behind him and locked it. And he had to convince Orihime to let light into the room. And when he commented about the room being normal, Orihime's like, "That's boring. Really normal?"
かしこまりました。
And Orihime had to use alternate measures to keep Akito from leaving after that really fantasy talk about how great astronomy is. So she stiffened her posture and turned back to face Korona and me.
草壁コロナさん、今回は明光学院の見学を希望されるということでよろしいですか？はい。明光学院天文部部長大下駄の吉岡ほのかはあなたを心より歓迎いたします。
So welcome.
どうぞこちらにご案内しますので。
Honoka grabbed Korona's hand and started to lead her out of the room.
ちょっと待って。
So let me, Honoka, show you the way. How's that? And I think Korona's not ready to go yet.
秋には一緒じゃないの？案内の許可を取れたのは入学希望者のあなただけですので。
Second, well, they only let applicants see the school, and because Akito's just a visitor, he doesn't count. So I can only show you the place.
ごめんなさいね。いろいろ堅苦しい学校で。
It's like, well, it's an elite school, so the rules are strict. So I've been to school a few times on business with the astronomy club, but it looked like I wasn't going to be allowed to wander around. Korona was going to be applying to the school, so she had a reason, but they weren't about to let a boy from another school just tag along.
コロナさんが吉岡に案内してもらっている間、彼にはこちらで待機していただく。
So you can, or like I'll have Honoka give you a tour, and I'll keep Akito here. So don't worry. Wait, are you going to be all right without me?
平気だよ。コロナだってもう子供じゃないんだし。
Well, she has no choice though. So she was clearly acting braver than she was. Still, I wanted to respect her efforts.
なら結構ね。吉岡、あとはお願い。かしこまりました。では参りましょう。コロナさん。じゃあ行ってくるね。
So Korona followed Honoka out of the room and around the corner. Okay, so Korona and Honoka are touring the school, and I was left behind with Orihime.
せっかく準備したのに。
So Orihime is still upset that that tarot card reading didn't really go that well. But then again, Orihime, so once again, she didn't really do well when she was it. So Orihime grumbled to herself as she picked up the tarot cards on the table.
コロナさんなら絶対喜んでくれると思ったのよ。ねえ、空見くんもそう思わない？
So I wonder, so would Korona like that kind of introduction? Where they get summoned in that dark room with the light and... Well, why are you asking me then? I was thrown off a little at the sudden question. Well, even though we were the only two people in the room, she still somehow ended up getting really close before speaking. Well, you're too close, you know.
あら、失礼。つい興奮してしまったわ。
Well, it didn't even seem to faze her as she backed away and gave me some space.
それで、あなたはどう思う？
So by the way, so how was it? That little ceremony. Well, I agree. Well, I think Korona would have enjoyed your performance. But why do you have Honoka take over even your role? I feel a little bad for her. So I don't feel that Honoka enjoys doing the tarot card ceremony, and it's your idea. And that was a bigger question. Orihime loved all the theatrics, but Honoka wasn't well suited to them. Well, maybe I'm asking too much from her. Well, everyone has things that they're good at and others that they aren't. And she shouldn't have to be forced to participate in some random club tradition. But then again, it's not even a club tradition. And yet, she never seemed to complain about it. Come on, so Orihime, so what kind of astronomy club head are you looking for? It's like so you can't expect Honoka to be a direct copy of you, so everything that you're doing is going to be replicated or continued by Honoka. So you mean like expanding the Six Stars Club? Or do you mean beyond that? So even more? That's true. So Orihime walked over to the celestial globe in the center of the room. She looked down at it and let out a sigh. Orihime looked up at me with a almost desperate expression. So I'm pretty sure Orihime's like, well, I'm pretty sure once she gets in, she'll join the astronomy club, this one, and once I leave, at least this club can still stay afloat. There you go. But then again, that's a pretty selfish way of thinking. So Korona applied here not because she wants to be in this astronomy club. It's because of her, like the academics. Orihime apparently had her own reasons for hoping that Korona would come here. It also seems to be making her feel a little guilty. So Korona isn't going to feel obligated to come here because of that. So even if Korona is a student, she has other clubs to pick as well. And she's going to decide which school she goes to on her own. So what club she joins will also be her own choice. And she'll also be the one to decide how she's going to respond to your soliciting as well. Orihime's expression finally returned to normal. Well, I think that would be great. So at least Orihime's like, well, even if she doesn't join this club, but then again, if she goes to other schools, the fact that she's going to join an astronomy club, hopefully, that still means that she's going to continue looking at stars and all the great things. Well, I had no idea how Korona would feel about this. But that was nothing wrong with wanting to introduce others to the things you were passionate about. Orihime always got this glint in her eyes when she was talking about the stars and the legends behind them. It was enchanting.
では早速準備ね。空見くん、申し訳ないけれど手伝ってくれる？
So what's going to happen next for Orihime? Well, not at all. I'd be happy to see Korona take an interest in the stars too. And that settled, Orihime and I got to work. So hopefully Orihime or Korona doesn't consider, okay, so once I join a good school, I'm going to go to the comic books club or the sports club. But then again, it's Korona's choice, so it seemed like Orihime had planned on doing this even before our talk because most of the preparations were already done.
コロナさんが校内見学を終えた後、天文部についてじっくり説明しようと思っていたの。
Okay?
衣装はこれよ。吉岡に着てもらうつもりだったのだけれど。
So what is Orihime going to have Akito, Honoka wear? As a mean to introduce the astronomy club to Korona and show them or show her what benefits this club has.
空見くんでも似合いそうね。よかったわ。
So what is it? And for some reason, I was getting a bad feeling about this. Wait a minute. So is this,
サイズに余裕はあると思うから、心配は無用よ。
don't worry. If you are worried that's too small, no, it'll fit you. Well, that's not the problem. Isn't this for a girl? I couldn't tell exactly what it was, but it looked an awful lot like a skirt.
大丈夫。空見くんは綺麗なお顔してるもの。きっとよく似合うわ。
It'll look great on you. So how is that supposed to be comforting?
5章ですから。お願い。プレアデスの姉妹は女の子でないとダメなのよ。
Okay, Seiko. So I want all of us to dress up as sisters so we can visually be represented as the Pleiades sisters. And for some reason, this reminds me of what happened in Korona Blossom Volume 1. So that was when Keiji and Shino were buying Arne some clothes. And for some reason, Shino wanted Arne to wear her cute clothes. And then it got Keiji a little bit upset. And then the discussion went to, I think you, Keiji, you'll look good in these cute girly clothes as well. And we could put some makeup on you, and it'll be a really good image for me. And even though Keiji's like, well, no pictures, that doesn't stop Shino from like, well, if I don't get pictures, I'll just try to remember it as much as I can in my memory. And it turned out that at the end, Arne had to accept the cute clothes. Even though Keiji's like, well, come on. You have the right to say no. You have your opinions. You don't have to bow in to Shino's request. Well, I guess that meant it was the Maya outfit. No, Orihime said she was going to have Honoka wear it. Well, that would mean that it's Taigeta's. However, I couldn't tell the difference between Taigeta and Maya's outfit anyways. Well, I'm pretty sure they're all the same. Hey, so why don't you ask Honoka to do this then? I don't fit.
吉岡の反応を見たでしょ？こういうの得意ではないと思うの。
But what makes Akito a better choice then? Question? Well, so neither am I. Well, in fact, I'm really bad at this, so I can't do this either.
でも、空見くんなら何とかしてくれると信じているわ。
Well, I'm sure you can do it.
むつら星の会に希望を取り戻してくれたように、明光学院の天文部にも新たな光 るはず。
Well, for some reason, I feel that Orihime is going way too far with this. So even though in the past it was more like solving the real problems, so getting the astronomy clubs up and popular, this is going insane. Orihime placed a tarot card in front of me, and it was the star card, and it was in an upright position. What?
どうかしら？
So how about this then? Hey, so didn't you just pick that one out of your desk? The desk?
運命とは自分の力で選び取るものよ。妖精プレイオーネの娘マイヤよ。あなたの運命はこの私が見つけて差し上げましょう。
Really? So fortune telling.
迷える末娘メローペをいざないなさい。星々はきっとあなた方姉妹を祝福してくれることでしょう。
Well, I feel that Orihime is being carried away now. So she flipped over the star card, and I could no longer see the fate that Orihime had chosen.
さて、あなたはどうする？
So, what will you do? She was certainly putting on an air of confidence, but I kept catching glimpses of her doubt. I guess she felt guilty for trying to coerce me to go along with her, so she was trying to cover it up with theatrics. Well, okay, so just this once. After seeing her anxious, or like how anxious she was about today, I couldn't bring myself to say no. It's like, well, it is too hard, and I know Orihime has already had to go through some hardships with Honoka, so it would be bad if I caused more pain to Orihime, so I'll just wear this.
空くん、
Oh!
ありがとう。あなた以上にマイヤにふさわしい人はいませんわ。
And like that, Orihime is all excited, and so Orihime's hands were fairly moist from her excitement, making them warm to the touch, and they were also very soft.
ならば、より完璧なマイヤにする必要がありますわね。
Okay. She squeezed my hand tighter as if to make sure that I wouldn't try and escape. I hope it's not very, very embarrassing to the point where there's no way Akito would ever look in the mirror again or the pictures.
お肌も綺麗ね。お化粧のノリもさぞかしいいことでしょう。
Uh-oh. Now it's really starting to remind me of that Shino and Keiji thing in Colonel Blossom 1. Wait, so makeup?
安心して、すべて私に任せて。
I'll make you look good.
決して悪いようにはしませんわ。
I'll make it look good. It'll take about 10 minutes. And add this and that in. Somehow I had my doubts. I was quickly beginning to regret my decision. Oh, great.
急ぐわよ、マイヤ。のんびりしていると二人が戻ってきてしまいますわ。
Well, I wonder how long the tour is going to take. I'm sure it's not going to be an hour at the most. I'm sure it's going to be much less than that. Wait. Hold on for a minute. And before I knew what was happening, Orihime began unbuttoning my shirt. Uh-oh. She was really good at this as well. And it happened so fast that I didn't even get a good chance to see how she had done it.
さあさあ、衣装はこれよ、マイヤ。
Okay then, so picture time. Hey, stop calling me Maya already. And why is she taking the back picture of Akito? Oh, and you can see that Orihime has fixed up Akito's hair too, so it looks more girly. I'm beat. So our little play, the Pleiades, Maidens, directed by Orihime Shiotori and starring Akito Sorami, have finally come to an end. So I wonder if Akito got to look at the photos in return. Or even worse, Orihime submits it to the blog. I know, I'm ignoring it. It's like, I'm pretty sure Orihime is talking to me about the play and how she wants more of it, and maybe reactions from other people when she posted that picture on the blog. So my forced cross-dressing had become unexpectedly popular. Likewise, Orihime had apparently taken pictures and decided it would be okay to post them on the Six Stars group chat. There you go. So the expression or the explosion of messages was only to be expected. And sadly for Akito, he gets direct responses from Korona, who's probably seen the pictures. Korona was looking at the picture of me in a dress again and sighing. Hey, so can you leave it alone already? Come on, I don't want to hear any more. So I don't know if it was Orihime's skill at applying makeup or what, but I didn't even recognize myself when I looked into the mirror. And it was so good that I probably could have been mistaken for a girl in the right lighting. Well, nothing. If you're a girl, well, I'm a guy, come on. I don't know if it's because I was ignoring the messages, but my phone wouldn't stop going off. So I'm sure it's like, come on, Akito, answer, come on, talk about it. I'm giving you this comment and I'm hoping for your response. And when he's not answering, they're going to send twice or thrice the amount of messages to him. Well, I had set it to vibrate, and it was almost constantly shaking in my pocket. And now, they're messaging other people. It's like, hey, Korona, so why is Akito not responding? Come on. I'm hoping to hear his response. Tell him to look at those messages. Korona turned to her brand new phone to show me the screen. And the chat log in the app we were using was ridiculously long. Fine, I'll look at the messages, so I'll see what they have to say about this. The Six Stars Club had a group chat set up, and I opened it and was met with a huge number of unread messages. Oh, so one from Hikari? So video? Next? Wait, so Orihime has a video as well? And after that, Orihime uploaded a video which only added fuel to the fire. So even more comments. She really never thinks about the consequences of her actions, does she? Well, I don't think she minds having all those messages. And when has she even taken that video? I think she took it the entire time and only used screen caps to make it a picture. Well, if I had known, there was no way I would have left before making her delete it. Well, there's nothing he can do. Well, I'll just pretend that I didn't see anything. So I'll just deny it and, well, that wasn't me. Well, there was nothing I could do about it at this point. Things had already gone beyond my control. Correct? And it wasn't really a solution, but I switched my notifications off and continued on my way home. So the bus was rocking hard back and forth, a little as Korona thanked me again. So, so after looking at the place, what do you think of it?
いいとこだと思う。ほのほのもいっぱい説明してくれて勉強になったよ。
So it appeared that Honoka had performed her duties well. So she's put some interest into Korona.
名工は設備がしっかりしてるみたい。学食もおしゃれで美味しかったし。日替わり定食を頼んだらナイフとフォークが出てくるとは思わなかったよ。
Well, then again, it's an elite school, so they have money to afford nice silverware. Maybe gold-plated. Meikou Academy was even fancier than I had thought. So lunch is an important part of learning, after all. And my school is not that bad, but it doesn't come anywhere to the level of this school, the Meikou Academy. So Meikou Academy's lunchroom looked more like a dining hall than a cafeteria. Red carpet with gold lines on the side, wooden panel walls, some chandeliers, and nice ceiling with ornaments all over. The tables have cloth, and the cloth has patterns on it, and maybe nice chairs made of wood with really thick padding, and the room is well maintained, so really good climate control. And you have butlers that have to open the door to let the students in. Maybe. And they had a large menu that rivaled most restaurants and had a reputation of tasting great as well. And they probably have world-class chefs making the lunches. Oh, that would be even great. Maybe have one that has won that previously worked in a Michelin star restaurant.
名工は学費高いって聞いてるけど、ちゃんと反映されてるなってのが分かったよ。あそこだったら楽しい3年間を過ごせるかも。コロナ気に入っちゃった。
Well, even though it's expensive, it's only going to be 3 years, so.
まだ将来の夢とかよくわかんないから、名工に入るのが正しいのかわかんないけど。
Well, if that's the case, wouldn't going to some place like Meikou be even better for you? Well, I'm sure they'll have good career counseling options once you reach your 3rd year, and they'll maybe try to get you to apply to an elite college afterwards. Maybe like the University of Tokyo, one of the best colleges in Japan.
どういうこと？
So going to a high-level school like Meikou Academy will only increase your possible choices for the future. That's true. Well, it is important to do whatever you can now to make it easier to follow the path you like to when you eventually do decide. Well, I think Meikou Academy is kind of the place that would be able to help you no matter what you decide to do. And in my case, I had too much going on at the time to really think about my future goals. And the only thing I was focused on was becoming independent as fast as I possibly could. Well, that just made me want Korona and the other underclassmen to find their dreams even more. And if there was a place that could help them realize those dreams, I wanted them to go without hesitation. So, with regards to the Astronomy Club, so if you aren't interested in joining, you don't have to feel obligated to. So, even though Orihime and Honoka would like you to join them, if you do go to the Meikou Academy, you don't have to accept it. You can find another club that you find more comfortable fitting in.
なんで？どうしたの？急に。
Well, I'm just saying, I figure you might feel bad about saying no if you didn't really feel like joining. Well, anybody might feel at least a little pressured into joining after a welcome like the one she just had. I would love her to take an interest in astronomy, but I don't want her to join unless she really wants to. So Orihime would probably get mad at me for saying this to you, but I think it's important. But then again, Orihime would like the Six Stars Club to continue even after she graduates. And it'll be really sad if she comes back and finds out that the Six Stars Club broke up again because no new members and all the old members have moved on. So her main priority at the moment was finding more members at any cost. And knowing the situation her school was in, I couldn't really blame her. My school's club head had done the same thing. Well, you still have plenty of time to think about it before you have to decide in the spring. So, being passionate about the stars and inviting her to join was completely fine. But the decision is Korona's to make. And I didn't want her to rush her decision and end up regretting it. That's true. Okay.
姫ちゃんのお話は面白いけど、コロナがついていけるのかなって不安はあったし、あの夜、アキ兄と星を見て綺麗だなって思ったのは本当だよ。あの感動は本物だと思う。でもね、まだちょっと怖いんだ。コロナは星のことあんまりよく知らないから。
So would it really be the right decision for her to join the astronomy club and devote her 3 years at Meikou to them? Well, some people yearn to discover more about the things they do not know. So that passion may also subside over time the more they do learn. I want to say that wouldn't happen with Korona, but everybody was different. So forcing her to make a decision now would be unreasonable.
だからね、アキにまた今度コロナの相談に乗ってくれる？天文部のことだけじゃなくて、受験のこととかいろいろ聞いてほしいなって。
Okay. Well, I guess it was hard for her to discuss these type of things with her parents or Takeichi. Well, that being said, we weren't even in the same year. Was I really the best person for her to be talking to? Well, of course. Well, anytime. But then again, I don't feel that Korona gets along well with Takeichi, and Korona trusts Akito more than Takeichi, sadly.
じゃあ次の日曜とかどうかな？秋には時間空いてる？
Well, I might have to work that day, but I'm not sure. I'll check in and let you know.
わかった。じゃあお返事待ってるからね。
Okay? So Korona got off the bus to head home. I stayed on until it reached the Mikazuki station. And it was already dark by the time I got there. It was later than I had realized.
やっと帰ってきた。待ってたよ、アキト。
And it looks like it's time for him to go back to work at the Saotome stop-by convenience store. Well, I'm worried, or I'm sorry for being late.
あんたが戻ってこないと店番抜けさせてもらえないからね。
Well, then again, Miharu has no excuses.
ってことで、はい、あとはよろしく。
So Miharu-san took off her apron, thrust it into my arms, and took off back into the house.
まったくあの子は。
Ah, that girl, Miharu. So the manager muttered under her breath from where she'd been stocking the shelves.
いつもすまないね、うちの娘が。
Well, she's kind of bad. She's always like this, and it was pretty rude for her to toss the apron to you as soon as you showed up. Well, that's alright, I'm used to it.
そら
空見くんもたまにはわがまま言ってもいいんだよ。いつも頑張ってくれて本当助かるけど、息抜きも大切なんだから。
Well, I see that you're working too hard, and plus, it's good for you to take a break. So, looking at it from the store manager's perspective, it's like, you shouldn't put your whole life at this workplace. I really hope to see something better from you. So, maybe you can move on to something even more exciting. Well, I probably looked like I had a fantastic behavior when compared to Miharu-san, though. I thought I was already scratching my luck, or stretching my luck, but apparently the manager didn't think so. Well, I have a question. So do you remember if I am scheduled to work on Sunday or next Sunday?
日曜は今のところ朝と夜に入ってもらう予定だね。
So, well, you work in the morning and the night, but in the midday, well, that meant my afternoon would be free. There you go. And it would, so it looked like I would have time to talk with Korona. Well, I'm sure if Akito really wanted to talk to Korona during some other time, the store manager would change the schedules to favor his time. So, either way, he has time to talk with Korona. So my shift had ended and I was looking at my phone in my room. I had a huge pile of unread messages in the chat room. Oh, so I forgot I put it on silent to ignore all the messages about those pictures earlier. I should send a message to Korona before I forget. And that's when another message caught my attention.
本日はありがとうございました。非常に有意義な一日になりましたわ。
So Orihime talks to Akito. It was a message from Orihime. She was saying thank you. There was nothing teasing about that message. In fact, she sounded completely sincere. I could even feel her proper upbringing in her words.
コロナさんも我が名工学院を気に入っていただけたようで、私は卒業してしまいますが、彼女の入学が楽しみでなりません。
Well, even though I won't see her when she attends high school, but I still hope that she comes here. Well, even if Korona did end up choosing to go to Meikou, Orihime would be graduating before she started. And despite this, Orihime was still welcoming her to the school as in a sort of protege.
ところで、本日のお礼というわけではありませんが、思い出したことがあります。空見くんをプラネタリウムに案内するという約束ですわ。
So the planetarium. Oh, that's right. Well, I had completely forgotten about that.
次の日曜などご予定はいかがでしょう?
And likewise, it's going to be on Sunday. So I'm pretty sure we know where this visual novel is taking us to.
お返事お待ちしておりますわ。
Sunday. So I had just been about to tell Korona that I was free to talk with her. Well, I guess it's good I saw this before I replied. But, so a conflict. Now I had to make a decision. So which one was I going to say yes to? Okay, so here you go. So we get to decide if Akito will A, go to the planetarium with Orihime, or B, just meet with Korona and give advice. So this is where the game decides if you'll be on the Orihime route or the Korona route. But unfortunately, I'll be stopping here, and I'll leave the rest of Divergence Route B to when I start the individual character routes. So in Divergence Route B, we learn a lot about Korona, and we see that Korona trusts Akito the most, more than Takeichi, her brother, and her parents. But we didn't get to see much about the Six Stars Club and how it's faring after the first light event at the end of the common route. And I was hoping to see a little bit more of Orihime and Honoka, given that Orihime has a route in this visual novel. So, looking forward to the individual character routes. I haven't decided on an order on who to play first and who to play last. But usually, I have a personal favorite in mind, and she goes last. And I won't reveal who that person is until I get there. But anyways, if I do start playing the individual character routes, I'll be posting them in separate playlists. So look forward to them. And with that in mind, I'll see you in a future playthrough on a future game.